There's a certain kind of wisdom, timeless, powerful, that doesn't depend on age, degrees, or titles. It's the kind of wisdom that makes people pause when you speak, that earns you respect without asking for it. Today, I want to share habits that will make you wise beyond your years. Habits that will not only change how others see you, but how you see yourself. Let's begin. 1. Observe more, speak less. Wisdom doesn't come from having the loudest voice in the room. It comes from knowing when to stay silent. Think about it. Most people rush to fill silence, to prove they know something, to gain approval. But the wise? They understand that your observation is power. When you observe first, people's words, tone, body language, you collect insights others miss. You notice what's not being said. You learn how people think, what they fear, what they want. Speaking less doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means that when you do speak, it matters. People stop and listen because your words aren't just noise, they're intentional. Psychologists call this active listening, and it builds trust, respect, and influence. The wise don't chase attention, they command it through presence. 2. Think before you react. Let's be honest, we've all had moments where our emotions took over. Someone insults us and we snap. We hear bad news and panic sets in. But wisdom lives in the space between stimulus and response. A wise person doesn't just react, they reflect. They take a breath, analyze the situation, and ask, what's the smartest response here? Will this matter in a day, a week, a year? Reacting impulsively is easy, but it often creates regret. Responding thoughtfully? That's emotional intelligence. And it's the mark of someone who controls their life, not someone controlled by it. Even in heated moments, the wise understand this truth. Silence is sometimes the best answer, and calmness is a superpower. 3. Learn from everyone, even fools. Here's a reality check. Everyone can teach you something. The wise never stop learning, not just from books or teachers, but from life itself. Wise people are humble enough to admit they don't know everything. They learn from mistakes, theirs and others. They watch how people succeed, but they also watch how people fail. As the saying goes, a fool learns from experience, a wise person learns from the experience of others. Even those who betray, hurt, or disappoint you, they're teachers. They show you what to avoid, what to protect, and where to grow stronger. This mindset turns every interaction, every setback, every encounter into an opportunity to level up. The foolish stay bitter, the wise get better. 4. Let go of what you can't control. There's an old saying, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Life throws things at us, betrayal, loss, failure. But wise people have learned this simple truth. Energy is too valuable to waste on things you can't control. The unwise fight reality, trying to bend the world to their will. The wise? They accept what is and focus on what they can change, their actions, mindset, and choices. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means redirecting your power to where it actually makes a difference. It's emotional freedom. 5. Stay calm in chaos. When things go wrong, and they will, most people panic. They spiral into fear, anger, or blame. But wisdom is shown in those who can stay calm amidst the storm. Think of someone you admire, a leader, a mentor. Chances are they have a calm presence. That's not an accident. It's a habit. It's called emotional regulation, and it's one of the most powerful traits you can build. In stressful moments, wise people pause. They breathe. They think, what's the next best step? Not, why me, but what now? When you stay calm, you make better decisions, and you earn respect without saying a word. 6. Stop seeking validation. One of the biggest emotional traps? Living for approval. The wise understand. You don't need everyone's validation to know your worth. Think about it. When you chase validation, you hand your power to others. You let their opinions shape your confidence. But when you learn to approve of yourself, you become bulletproof. Wise people are guided by values, not applause. They focus on being true, not popular. And ironically, that authenticity draws real respect and admiration. 7. Choose quality over quantity in relationships. Here's a hard truth. Not everyone deserves access to you. The wise don't surround themselves with dozens of people. They surround themselves with the right people. They know the energy of your circle either builds you up or drains you, so they choose loyalty over popularity, depth over surface-level connections. One real friend who wants to see you win is worth more than 100 who disappear when things get tough. Wisdom is knowing who to walk away from and who to walk with. 8. Listen more than you speak. Wise people understand that listening is more powerful than talking. They don't dominate conversations. They ask questions, they listen deeply, and they make people feel heard. Why does this matter? Because listening builds trust, connection, and influence. It allows you to understand people, their motivations, fears, and desires. And that knowledge? It's a form of social intelligence. Talk less, listen more, and watch how your relationships transform. 9. Never burn bridges, even if you walk away. In life, you'll outgrow people, jobs, places. The foolish leave with drama. The wise, they walk away with grace. Why? Because they know the world is small. Today's rival could be tomorrow's ally. And holding grudges? It's heavy. The wise travel light. Never burn bridges in anger. Leave doors open, even if you never walk through them again. It's not weakness. It's strategic wisdom. Wisdom isn't just something you gain with age. It's something you build with intention. It's in how you think, how you feel, and how you treat others. Start small. Choose one habit. Practice it daily. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how people respond to you, in the clarity you feel, and in the peace you carry. And remember, being wise beyond your years isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing what truly matters.